Good morning. Good morning. As always, it's great being with you. The next 20 minutes will be about shoulders. We're going to talk about shoulders. Um, we'll start by sitting on the floor. Sit on a block, or if you don't have a block, grab yourself a pillow to sit on and put that under your hips. And we're going to talk for a minute about posture and shoulders. So if you're seated with your legs crossed in front of you, I'll give you a second to get there. And you start to lean your body forward. Notice what your shoulders do. And then you start to lean your body back. Notice what your shoulders do. Just kind of let them hang off. So take your hands off your legs and start to notice what you do as you lean forward, your shoulders. And then as you lean back, what do? If you just let them hang off your skeleton. So one of the things with shoulders is that we get tightness, and we're front going people. We're always doing front things, right? Everything over here to the front. And a lot of people, when they go to the gym, focus on the front of the shoulder. It's what they see, it's what they think about the most, front of the shoulder, but we don't necessarily think about the back of the shoulder. So we're going to be opening up a conversation literally with words, and also in our bodies, about balancing the shoulder joint. So let's sit nice and tall and take your head over your hips. And we're going to start off nice and slow this week. Nice and easy. Take your arm out and then rotate your palm up towards the ceiling. This is external rotation of the shoulder joint. Make sure that you're not hiking your shoulder up towards your ears, that you're just relaxing your shoulder down. Go ahead and look to your side. Take a nice deep breath. And just notice what you feel there in the shoulder. And then rotate your palm down and relax your arm down. Real simple, nice and easy. Don't forget to breathe through your nose, in through the nostrils, out through the nostrils, the whole practice. Left arm comes up. We're going to rotate, external rotation, palm up. Go ahead and look away from your extended arm. Take a nice deep breath. And rotate the palm down, looking back to the center and relaxing the arm down. All right, now we're going to lift the shoulder up. I want you to imagine that you're squeezing the muscles in the back of your shoulder to draw your arm backward, and then relax the arm down. Same thing with the other side. I want you to feel the muscles in the back of the shoulder doing that work. And when we slow things down, we can really use our muscles and articulate our strength. When we're just reaching around for things, usually we just kind of swing our hand goes in a direction, we kind of swing the hand around, and we don't usually pay attention to what muscles are creating the movement. But today we're going to slow things down so you can really feel your muscles. Let's do that one more time on each side and how they create the action. Right? Same thing, other side, squeeze muscles in the back of the shoulder. All right, awesome. So you can really feel that. Those muscles are the catalyst of that action. All right, so let's stand up for a moment. And you can put your block to your side for now. And come into your best standing posture. And that is with your head over your hips and your hips stacked over your heels. Weight in the back of the heels. So notice what you feel like here. And you might feel like your abdominals are engaging a little bit. Maybe you even feel like you're falling backwards a little bit. And so it's a little uncomfortable. But I want you to really check out your posture in the mirror next time you're in the mirror, next time you go to your bathroom. Stand in the mirror and play with your weight in the toes and then shift them back in the heels. Now I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see my shoulders a little bit better from this angle. If I'm going forward, my shoulders are going to have a tendency to collapse forward. And as I move back, my arms are gonna hang off my skeleton, and I don't ever have to squeeze my shoulders to pull them back. They just hang in the right spot here. So we're gonna create your shoulders kind of hanging in the right spot here by doing a little movement. So if you have a block, it'll be great to have a block nearby and handy for you. We're gonna grab this. And I'm going to set up in a sort of a triangle position. So if you've practiced yoga before, you know triangle. This one's a little different. So we're going to set this block up on the outside of the right foot. And I want all your toes pointing straight forward. You're going to step straight back with the left foot. And I don't want you to align your feet one in front of the other. Please don't do that. So let's have right to left separation. And you can have a little bigger stance here. I want you to think about your hips staying right here and then just taking your torso and tilting it. Now your hips are going to shift a little bit as you do that, but I don't want you to do a hip movement per se. Now once you're here, if you have a lot of pull in your hamstrings on this front leg, go ahead and bend your knee. If you don't have a lot of pull, go ahead and you can keep that leg straight. Now, if you push down through your feet into the mat a little bit, it's going to help elongate your spine. Did you feel that? You elongate your spine. Now we're going to twist so that your belly button faces forward towards me. So I'm on my right foot. If you've got your left foot in front, don't worry about it. Just do your left side first. We're going to take the top arm and lift it up. I want you to focus on where is your shoulder. So we want to align the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder here. I've got the block for a little bit of support. We're going to be really stable and strong through the legs. So again, imagine kind of pushing your heels apart from each other, but don't slide your feet. Now, after that shoulder, you've got another shoulder, an elbow, and a hand, and a wrist here. Now we're going to use those muscles in the back of the blade. We're going to squeeze them so that it's going to bring your hand back towards the wall behind you. So I'm moving backwards, backwards, backwards. And hold this here. Just let those muscles work a little bit. And when you use those muscles in the back of the blade to lift your hand towards the ceiling and then forward towards, probably towards your monitor. And then if your shoulder is here, I want you to take your shoulder and draw it up towards your ear and then slide your shoulder blade down towards your waist. So you have a lot of space between your shoulder and your ear. I want you to check that your arm is parallel with the floor and then slightly lift your palm slightly up and feel that work. I want you to hold the work. Hold the work. And breathe. And then we're going to focus on the muscles in the back of the shoulder near the blade to lift the arm and see if you can sense that those muscles are the catalyst of this movement. And again, we're going to squeeze them in the back of the shoulder. If you're not used to this, you might need to take a little rest, and that's okay. Just take a break, take a breath, and come right back in. Now we're going to use those muscles in the back of the blade to reach your arm forward, right back where it was. Now take the shoulder blade, slide it down towards the waist, so you've got a lot of space between your shoulder and your ear. And then slightly lift up so your arm is parallel with the floor. And then slightly lift the palm. And notice the work in the shoulder. Keep that work in the shoulder. Breathe in and out of the nose. And then on your next inhale, let yourself be pulled up and then step out. And then just take a moment and notice what that feels like. So you might have a little fatigue in your muscles. That's not a problem. That's never a problem. That just means that you're getting stronger. So shift your weight into the back of the heels and notice what you feel there in the shoulder. My shirt is a little off center, so it looks like my shoulders are uneven, but they're not. All right, now we're going to go and do this to the other side. So this is gaining a little shoulder strength today. So we're going to set up here, toes facing forward. If you have a block, this is a great prop for so that you can focus a little bit better on your shoulder. You don't worry about what's going on the lower body. I'm going to step this right foot straight back. Please remember not to stack your feet one in front of the other, but we're going to have them separate right to left. And then we're going to come into this. Strong legs, push out through the heels, and then come into a little triangle position. Rotate your belly button forward. And notice the stacking. Wrist, elbow, shoulder, shoulder, elbow, wrist. Breathe. Rotate your spine. Push down through your feet, slightly traction your heels apart. And here we go. Muscles in the back of the blade work, and they squeeze to bring this arm back, back, back. The muscles in the back of the blade lift the fingertips towards the ceiling. The muscles in the back of the shoulder draw the arm forward, fingertips towards me. Keep breathing. Slide your shoulder down towards your hip rather than up near your ear. Slightly lift your palm away from the floor and hold and breathe. Using the muscles in the back of your shoulder to lift your palm towards the ceiling and then squeeze, bringing your arm back. Keep breathing. Using the muscles in the back of the blade, bring your fingertips towards the ceiling and then again towards the front. And use the back of the blade, those muscles, slide your shoulder blade down towards your hip. Take the palm, which is now parallel with the floor, slightly up and hold. Relax your neck as best you can. Sometimes it helps to look to the floor. Just let your head relax. If it helps to look to the side, you might just let your head relax there. Take another breath. And then we'll gently come out and stand in your best standing posture. Toes forward, feet hip distance apart. Shift your weight into the back of the heels and notice where your shoulders are naturally wanting to hang. Yes. All right. And part of shoulders and neck are kind of one. And so this next exercise is one that's going to release tension. So we're going to release some tension in the back of the neck but also the shoulders. So we're going to really kind of do this as like a neck exercise. So we're going to take the chin all the way into the chest. See if you can touch your chin to your chest. Then take your chin all the way to the ceiling. And then down again to your chest. And then up towards the ceiling here. And then we're going to take the palms in prayer position in front of the third eye, but not touching. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to use a lot of resistance here, which means that resistance is two things. It's your willingness and your strength. So you're going to just use your willingness and your strength. You're going to push your palms together and resist your elbows together. So it's like they don't want to come together, but you're going to make them come together anyway and relax them apart. Press, resist. And I want you to see if you can feel a big stretch across the back of the shoulders. Relax. Press, resist. We're going to repeat this approximately 10 times. And keep breathing in and out of your nose. You'll notice that this week we're starting off nice and easy. Although I understand too, we're working some different muscles. So if you have muscle soreness the next day, not a problem. What that means is that we found something that needs strength and we've given it just that, some strength work. Now relax the arms down and let them swing a little bit. Take your chin all the way into your chest and up towards the ceiling. Just notice the difference in that movement after that exercise. So that's connective tissue. This is your fascia we're working on now. The connective tissue surrounds the muscles and makes it seem tight. It's not your muscle striation. It's not the muscle tissue, but it's the connective tissue around it. So we're going to take this elbow up to a 90-degree angle. We're going to do a resist and pull this time. So I'm going to try to get my elbow, and I have about a 90-degree angle. You want to keep that. But I'm going to try to get it to stay like reaching back towards this wall behind me. But I'm going to pull it anyway. That's the resistance, resist and pull. And you're welcome to allow your body to twist here as you relax. Resist and pull. I sometimes call this the sprinkler because it reminds me of one of those sprinklers in the yard. You know, and then it goes right back in its little position. So this reminds me of that sprinkler on the right. Make sure that your shoulder isn't drifting up towards your ear, but it's staying nice and relaxed. Resist and pull. You guys are doing great. Again, we're repeating this approximately 10 times. One more. And then we'll let go. And just notice, if you have a mirror nearby, you might turn into the mirror. Usually what happens with this is you've let go of some of the tension, so your shoulder is relaxing a little bit better. Get into your best standing posture, head over the hips over the heels. Weights a little bit in the heels, and you're gonna notice, turn your head to the right, turn your head to the left. There may be a difference there now too, and also with a little tilt. You might feel more freedom on that side we just worked. Second side, arm up, here we go, resist and pull. Resist and pull. And relax, resist and pull. Resist and pull again. I'll get you guys. Resist and pull. Notice if there is one shoulder that cooperates a little bit more with the resistance than the other. Sometimes that's the case and sometimes it's not. But it's a good thing to notice. If you have any aches or pains in the shoulder, it also might correspond to what's going on there. We work with a lot of people who do have joint pain, shoulder pain, and when I do work with people who deal with shoulder pain, that's many times the case, is that the muscle activation when there's a joint injury isn't quite where it should be. Sometimes that's the cause of the injury, many times that's the case. And sometimes it can also be a result of the injury. One more here. Or let's say part of the cause. Let's relax, let the arms swing. And then again, notice how the shoulders are hanging off the skeleton in your best standing posture. With your hips over your heels and your toes turned forward and your head over your hips. And that should feel pretty nice. Let's do a little forward fold now. We're going to do a forward fold. We're going to add this little shoulder cue into our forward fold. So if you were with me on the past couple of days, we've done a forward fold every day. We're going to bend our knees and place the ribs on the thighs. letting the head hang, shift the weight into the back of the heels, and then gently press the heels apart. And if you take your fingertips either to the floor or rest your hands somewhere on your lower legs, you can take your shoulders and gently pull them towards your knees. And notice how that takes pressure off the shoulder. I'm going to hold here for a breath. Beautiful. All right, that is our shoulder practice for today, our 20 minutes. So take a moment, and I'm sitting down on the floor, so you'll sit down on the floor too, and perhaps even lie down on the floor and close your eyes, or put your legs up the wall for a little rest. As always, it's a pleasure to be with you. And hey, I'll see you every other day this month. So stay tuned, and see you soon.